Simsport presents BSTV TCR Season 25. Driver spends weeks preparing, building setups, studying telemetry, watching replays, writing essays in Discord about tire pressures. Everybody think they are a championship contender. Then qualifying start, the guys who predicted pole positions, P27, emotional damage, door-to-door battles, late braking, questionable judgment, and confidence levels completely unrelated to talent. One ambitious dive into turn 1 and suddenly you have become part of somebody else's highlight reels. Emotional damage. Trying to explain it all are BSTV commentators Jay Colley and Pete Bingham. One sees a racing incident, the other sees an emotional damage incident. Welcome to BSTV TCR Season 25. Trust nobody. The battle begins now.
Meow. Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. We are here at St. Petersburg for an Enduro round in this season 25 of the TCR Challenge Cup. I am the Princess Pete Bingham, and Grandmaster Corley, the cultivator. Do you see what I did there? I thought that was funny. He is... He's on the other side of an internet blackout where he lives, so they are apparently trying to fix it, whether we see him or not tonight. I hope we do, but I know what it's like when these things happen. They can go on for hours, so you may just be privileged enough to have my dulcet tones all night. How lucky are you? If you are on YouTube, then give us a thumbs up on the stream. As we look forward to this endurance race here at St. Petersburg Grand Prix circuit. 30-degree track, so it's not dizzyingly hot. However, we are early in the morning. Reasonable amount of humidity there, 62%. Partly cloudy, but it looks quite bright and sunny right now. And everybody is in the practice session prior to the race. Let's grab some cameras on some guys, shall we, and girls. Who's back with us that wasn't here previously? So Tony Walker back with us in that nicely liveried Audi there. I think he may have got damage and missing a right hand wheel at the moment, but he's only just into the session, so he's getting used to the track again. Who is returning from previous weeks? Pascal was here last week. Nico was here last week. Quite a lot for it that was here from last week. 29 drivers in the session, a couple that haven't put in a time so far. This is a summer season, so it's entirely expected that numbers will be slightly down on previous, but 29 drivers in a summer season race, mid-season as well. It's pretty remarkable, to be honest, and gives me a lovely warm feeling knowing that this series is holding on to drivers and attracting new ones all the time, which is brilliant. Jamie Wilson, hoping for good things from him tonight. Nice technical track this. Got to keep it out of the walls. Got to do a good strategy on fuel and tyres, and usually he is the maestro, and he's often got Simon Trundle whispering sweet nothings in his ears, trying to give him the best opportunities he can. Who wasn't here last week? I think everybody that's here this week was here last week. Oh, Chesney's back. Was Chesney here last week? Well, that's a wall, Chesney. Too many cats in the car, that's what that is. Michael Hall is back again as well, but he's literally just been out of the pit lane on his very first outing. That's everybody else. Let's have a look at what's happening in the standings. We can't do mine and Jay's head-to-heads because, well, he's not here. And I can't remember. So let's have a look at the standings as they are right now. So pro standings, we are in the. Do I need to refresh that? Pete thinks I do. So hang on. There we go. Right. So we're in the column on the right, folks. I switched to the order of it after I'd started the broadcast. So that's why it was still on the other one. So Andrea Stefanina is. Retaining this championship as it stands right now, but look at his lead over Stephen Walker, who is not here. He announced to us last week that he's away this week and back next week, so he's going to lose out here somewhat. But he's only 1 point behind going into this week, which is a remarkable statistic after 8 weeks of racing. Well, 7 technically, because we had 1 week where iRacing were not available. And that's been moved into week 13. So technically we're on 7 weeks. Jaden Scott there, 157 points behind our leader. Isaac Price, 261 points behind, and then a rather large jump to 5th place, which is Tony Walker. And like I say, he wasn't here last week, so he's got no drop week, you'll see. Because the 2 columns are the same for Jaden Scott. So a drop week still to be accounted for Tony Walker and Jaden. That might come to their favour later on in the season. So if Tony and Jaden can score well tonight, and Jaden is here, then that could completely change the standings here. Isaac Price is here as well. He's the one in 4th place there, and obviously Michael Hall, like I say, returning tonight. Again, no drop score recorded for him. So This could work out well for Michael Hall. Right, let's have a look at Pro-Am. I'm probably going to have to reset this as well, right? Yeah. Give me one moment. There we go. So your current leader is Evan Kiso. He's got quite a lead now, actually. Jack Brown is 149 points behind him. 170 points behind the leader is Carl Hardy. And putting up a good show this season, as is Stefan Goebel in 4th. Really strong performances all the way down this field. A few, again, that don't have drop scores, which might play into their favour later on, including Thomas Asboth, who I don't think is in the run-in this evening. Oh, Jeff Saunders has just joined the session. So we're up to 30 drivers now, so continuing to build a field here. And then Thomas Standridge in 6th there, on 274 points behind the leader. So once you get down to 2nd place, it's quite cramped after that, down to 6th place. And then a bit of a big jump down to Nico Meyer, but that's a recoverable position, I would suggest. So that one a bit more open than the Pro, a lot more open than the Pro Championship. And then the AM class. Let me get that in the right order for everybody, including myself. It won't change that much. So you've got Silas Goebel doing a great job at the moment of keeping on top of this. He's been there for a couple of weeks now, 576 points, and leads by 52 over the mashed up Mika Massive Mika Santa Helena. Mika's got 30 points, we'll call it, 35. No, 36, can't read. Over Laura Meiser, who's having a splendid season. And then Christian Hendricks, her teammate, in 4th there, just behind. Why is it... Oh, yeah, 93. Honestly, I should wear my glasses. There's only 5 points between Laura and Christian. Then we got OD Payne rounds out your top 5. He's 101 points behind the leader. So this one is probably going to be competitive all the way to the end of the season. Now, we do have Silas in the session, and he's doing decent laps. He's currently in the pits. So this one could still blow wide open. It'd be good if Silas and Stefan, to be honest. Where's Stefan in the Pro-Am? Where's Stefan? He's not done as many races this season, has he? Oh yeah, he's in 4th, so still strong there. 209 points behind the leader. That one could come together pretty quickly. So let's hope for a dramatic end to the season. And you get so many good points out of these endurance races that it could go any way. BSTV, top of the pile in the Teams Championship. 700 points ahead of Result X Pure Sims. Pete Newman is the big loss there. He's recovering from an injury sustained abroad, involving 2 wheels, or possibly no wheels, I think is the root cause of the issue. Sorry, I just got distracted. Nope. Didn't need to get distracted. There was nothing there. Back to where I was. Why can't I find the broadcast? There we go. So, yeah, Pete Newman is probably a big loss to the Result X Pure Sims points haul. Carl Hardy doing very well. Michael Hall back with it. We won't see Pete Newman for quite a long time, I don't think, and we wish him the very best in recovering. The sooner he comes back to try and get his hands on another title, the better. For all involved, to be honest. He's such a dynamic racer. And then JC Academy Emerald, which is Jeff, Jaden and Thomas. They are very much in contention with the Result X Pure Sims, and somebody needs to do something about the BSTV team. Maybe it's for just an average sim racer, maybe it's for Dynamic E-Motorsports, but that is just Andrea Stefanina on his own, that team. Yeah, let's see what can happen by the end of the season. Driver of the meeting was a double vote last week for Nico Meyer, who did a great job out in front in that last race. Absolutely splendid. Very solid performance all the way through last week's races, and fully deserving of the 2 points. That puts him joint top with Mika Santa Helena, with a whole bunch of guys there and girls there on 1 point. So again, that one, another coveted prize, gets you a lovely certificate with a lovely embossed little certificate of stamp of authority on it. It's very nice. It'll be worth absolutely nothing in the future. And then the Safe Driver Award, Jura Larkinen, at the top of this one. just a little bit ahead of Jeff Saunders, and it's refreshing to see that this is now being properly fought for, as it were. Isaac Price there in third, really fast, really safe. He is quite a racing package. Stephen Walker again, super fast, super safe, and safety makes points. Same for Mika Santolena, second in the championship at the minute in his particular class, in AM class, and fifth in the Safe Driver Awards. So it goes to prove a very good point that if you drive safe, you get lots of points. Right, let's go and have a look at some actual races on track, shall we? Oh, good evening, Sir Alan. Welcome. Great to see you watching and commentating. It'd be good to see who you think's going to be the star in the field this evening and take the plaudits at the end of the race. I don't have Jay here to embarrass me by actually evidencing the real winner, so all suggestions are welcome. Jaden Scotton here, who we'll run on board with in a moment. I just need to respond to a message. So it's going to be a bit clunky this evening, folks, because I am on my own. There we go. Okay. So this track is I don't know. Is this another one where it's on an airstrip? I can't remember. I've been to a few like that. It's got a big fire engine there. That looks like air traffic control. Yeah, I think this is the one where you can see the helicopters and stuff, isn't it? All right, we're going to jump on board with someone. Let's see if Evan can give us a decent trip around this fantastic street circuit. You'll notice that there is some lovely white concrete all the way around this. So we are now approaching the very end of the lap. This is the final hairpin, we'll call it. Leads on to this drag strip, really, that goes on for, feels like forever. You will see some planes and helicopters to the left of us, because that is where the other runway is. We head into a very slow turn one compared to the start finish straight into what it feels like a chicane. It's a very open chicane, and then you get a little wiggle and you stay to the right before moving to the left hand wall, because your next one's going to be a 90-degree right-hander that goes into a sweeping, almost feels like everlasting left-hander when you're on here. You want to get on the gas, you can't until now, and then you floor it through this right-hand kink and then into another right-hander, 90 degrees, another right-hander, 90 degrees. Good tyre wear, this one, on that left front. Down this short straight into a kink. This is only a kink. You can go flat through here in the TCR, but you've got to get on the brakes, even though this is technically another kink. Oh, that was brilliant. Well done, Evan. Floor it down this little bit here through this very open chicane area. A lot of glare on the floor this early in the morning. I think we're about 8 o'clock in the morning now, 7:30. And then into this everlasting right-hander at the end of the lap. And then I think he's out of fuel. So he's running it into the pits. Now, it's a bit of a dramatic pit lane entry, and we're going to have to do this once, maybe twice, throughout the race. This is an endurance race, and don't forget, everybody, that racers and viewers alike, it is not a heat session, so you'll be able to finish your laps, and the time will run down accordingly. Good evening to David Scotton. Jaden has been selected, as has Carl Hardy, for a race win this evening. I think you'd be hard pressed to bet away from. Right, practice session has just gone checkered. Bet away from the likes of maybe Wobbly, if he can sort his laps out. Definitely Andrea Stefanina. Jaden Scotton definitely is got to be in there. Let's have a look at some cars piling out here from pit road. It's going to be a crowded affair right at the very start, as these guys try and get into something like clean air so they can get a decent lap in, but they all want to be the first car out. I don't know who the first car out was. It was Wobbly. So Wobbly with the early advantage. What's Andrea got for clear track? Well, it is reasonably clear for him. Jaden, what's Jaden got? Jaden's just ahead, I think. Yes, and Carl Hardy ahead of him. So 3 of the faster guys all together on track. That's Evan in front as well, isn't it? So maybe more than 3. Bit of tyre warming there. Don't know that it does anything. Does anybody know if weaving does that? Salon says great fast flowing circuit. Dangerous in places. Dangerous in all the places. Someone once described a horse as crafty at both ends. No, dangerous at both ends and crafty in the middle. I think this is probably true of this track as well. It's a good view from this camera angle. We'll use this a bit as we go around the race today. 15 minutes of qualifying we've got here. You want to stay away from those curbs as best you can. It can destabilise the car, and in certain circumstances, some of the bigger curbs on iRacing can hurt the car, as in cause damage. Cars have got one fast repair, folks, so it's a bit like jumping into the spare car. They will drive into pit road, and as long as they don't take tyres, they will literally just pop back to full strength and then off racing again. Tyres and fuel are not done simultaneously anymore in this car. They are separate, which will affect people's strategies. It may lead to people not taking any tyres out at all, because if you've got to stack your tyre versus fuel, you're going to... Oh, look at Wobbly's lead. Well, I say lead. The gap he's created for himself. He is the fastest car at the minute, is he? No. Oh, he got an off track. So Stefan Goebel is currently the fastest car on track, and Silas, his boy, was second. And now Isaac, and the only Veloster driver we have, folks, the only one now brave enough. It used to be Stephen Walker. He did his season alone in the Veloster. Now it's Isaac that's taken up this challenge, and he's doing a solid job with it, I have to say. Keep your eye on that tower, folks. For those of you watching who are new to this series, oh, good evening to Jen Schiller. Dietmar is in here. He's fully in the middle of the field at the moment. There he is. I'll leave it on while I describe the banners and number boards for anybody new watching. Go Dietmar, absolutely. So number boards. Blue number boards denote a pro driver. If the writing is in white, it means they've never won the championship before, and if it's in yellow, it means they have. If the banner and number boards are green, like as with Dietmar, it means that they are a pro-am, the middle class of driver that we have. Again, if the numbers are white, they've not won the series before. If the numbers are yellow, then they have. We do have one, and it is Chris Needham on your screens now, who won this series in its infancy in seasons 1 and 2, I think, when it was GT4 and TCR together, which is why he's on the yellow number boards. And then if you have the orange number boards and banners, such is the case of Daryl here, Daryl Wright, and somebody who disappeared off stage left a minute ago, then you are in the AM class, the lower class of racer, and it's just as frantic down there. I think we've had the cameras on those guys more than we've had cameras on anybody else this season, because it's been some great battling back in the lower orders, in the AM class area. Yet to get an AM class winner. It's going to happen one day. Could today be the day? We'll see. So that is how the series is structured. Oh, and Renee's on the chat. Good evening, Renee. Another one shouting for Dietmar. So no pressure, Dietmar, but all your peeps are watching. Wobbly's just put in a lap. 4th fastest currently. There he is. And the newer, or new rather, not newer, it's new, paint scheme for BSTV. Laura Meisa has just moved into 2nd place in AM, or provisional 2nd place, and gone straight to the pits as a result of it. It must have been so good that she had to have a rest. Okay. Carl Hardy, which was Alan's choice, currently top of the Pro-Am pile. And in 5th place as well. He's got a good number of pro cars behind him. He's got Tamas Asboth breathing down his neck. Tamas is in the field. So the championship is going to be very much changed, I would think, by the end of this race, one way or another. Right, Pascal has just promoted himself forward, and he's doing exactly the same as Laura. He's resetting to the pits to go and get some new tyres, new fuel. As Jaden Scotton comes out at the same time. Here's Mika Sant'Elena, currently 3rd in AM. Odie Payne is your fastest car at the moment, and provisionally the lead AM car on the grid when we get to gridding. 9 minutes to go, there or thereabouts. And Alan says Jaden is a resilient young man. He really is. The amount of pressure that he can shoulder and not buckle on is remarkable. We've seen him out front. We've seen him winning Pro-Am. We've seen him winning races. Maybe this is another one for Jaden Scott. He's currently provisionally 2nd. Out with he's on an out lap now to try and put in a better offer than what he's done before. Carl Hardy's moved to 3rd. My word. Somebody's been practicing. St. Petersburg doesn't often get on the officials. We kind of learnt that last week from those who know better than I do. Excuse me. And as a result, it's not necessarily weapon of choice when it comes to drivers' track choices. It's not a free track. It's pay for track, and if it doesn't feature that often in series, official series, then it becomes a struggle to justify purchasing it for a good number of people. So it's fantastic that we've got 31 drivers now? 30 drivers, sorry, in the field this evening. I was trying to figure out earlier at which point this year BSTV goes through its 6th birthday, because I was considering putting on a celebratory race, but it does depend when it is. It's around about now, but I can't remember. I suppose it doesn't have to be on the day, does it? Lots of people going out on new outlaps with new tyres. I wonder if tyre wear is an issue around this track for this car. Usually the tyres last just about forever. Certainly 90 minutes. But if this is a tyre shredder of a track, it's very flat. It's an airstrip. It doesn't need to be anything but flat. Kicking up on that curve that Carl Hardy has just hit does throw the car out somewhat and makes the entry into the hairpin at the end there a bit more challenging and less optimised, I would suggest. But we'll see. A number of drivers not putting in a lap yet, whether that's because they've not managed to get a clean lap to offer up, or because they're just going to start from the back. It's an endurance race, so starting from the back is less of a disadvantage. You can make up the time and the positions as you go through the race. And it might mean that you avoid some of the potential carnage that ensues at the start of the race. Interviews this evening will be kept to a strict minimum, really, for no other reason than I have a very, very early train to catch for work in the morning. Bailed on that lap, Carl Hardy. Gives it a good rev at the end there, just to make himself feel a little better, I guess. 5 minutes to go, less than 5 minutes to go. Thomas Dandridge has managed to pick up a slowdown somewhere. I don't know where he will have picked that up. Somebody else will be able to tell me. Andrea Stefanina thinks he's done enough. Or maybe he's going to go again. He's going to go again. He doesn't feel comfortable about that time Jaden Scotton is right on him at 0.177 behind, and Wobbly is 0.3 behind. They could easily get into the toe of another car and affect a faster lap. So he is coming out again. No, he's not. Yes, he is. He's trying to find a bit of free space. Pit lane exit is a funny one here as well. We saw an incident last time we were here of someone coming out of the pits as cars came round, and the need to stay ahead meant that they came together and it caused a crash. I think it was Jaden Scotton. Somebody on the chat will advise me otherwise. My memory is, well, it's never been great, has it? Let's face it. And gets worse year on year. So somebody else can bail me out and do the memory for me. Chesney has gone top of the pile for AM class. That's spectacular stuff. And he's not ahead by a little bit, he's ahead by a lot. So very, very good performance in quali from Chesney. I was thinking about Jay and whether Jay was going to get back in, but I can see that he's still not got any internet. So not happening. Not right now anyway. Back on the outlaps again for Andrea and Jaden right now. Don't forget, give us a like, folks, if you're on YouTube and enjoying what you're seeing. Ignore what you're hearing because it's just nonsense, but if you enjoy what you're seeing and you're enjoying BSTV's broadcast and graphics provided by Jamie Wilson, then absolutely give us a thumbs up. It does things I didn't realise for the popularity of our broadcasts, so all thumbs ups are gratefully received. Andy Littler with work to do down here in 26th at the moment. He had a very good, solid performance last week. Very healthily done. He's got Tamas all over the back of him at the moment, and Tamas will want through. Andy Littler will forgive me for saying that Tamas is a faster racer. That'll cause a 1x minimum for Andy Littler. Bit enthusiastic in terms of staying ahead for that corner. Maybe should have seeded it and then gone again for the next lap, but you don't get much time at this point in qualifying, so I can kind of understand it. Chris Dixon managing to put something together now, which is good. He's off the bottom of the leaderboard. Again, two cars, Jack Brown and Jeff Saunders, not put a time up. Jeff is a regular doing this. Tech can be a nightmare. Yeah, that's Alan in reference to Jay's internet woes. I've had my own internet woes in the past, as everybody will remember. Right, who else is... so Carl Hardy is still going to start top of the Pro-Ams unless Nico Mayer can do something about that. He's the next Pro-Am there. RDJ, who's been very, very strong lately. He's in 14th overall at the minute. He's currently about 6th in Pro-Am starting. And he'll want to do something a bit more handy, but none of his sector times at the moment are lighting up. So I don't think he's going to improve. Michael Hall is definitely improving on this lap as he gets familiar. He doesn't have a great deal of practice time as Mika Santa Helena whips that we call it an AM pole. You know, it can't be an AM pole, can it? But the first lead car from AM away from Chesney. Whoops. Let's go and see what we've got going on here. RDJ, no green and purple sectors this lap, so I don't think he's going to move. As Barney tries to break his own wrist by waving that flag like an idiot. And that leaves Michael Hall to cross the line. Now, we are going to have some time after this, folks, because it will burn down a lap's worth of time. A lap is 1 minute 15, 1 minute 16. So it will average out across the field and make it probably 1 minute 17. So when that clock goes to 16 and 20 seconds or so, the session will quit out. Michael Hall did not improve despite putting in faster sector times in sectors 1 and 2, his own personals, not overalls. Okay, as we wait for the time to burn down, it looks like Michael Hall's found himself his own personal parking space in that escape road. He's managed to zigzag his way around all of those tyres and parked it beautifully just in front of where the little planes are. Isn't that nice? Alan's schmoozing the ladies on the chat. He's irresistible, isn't he? Okay, so predictions. We've already had Sir Alan's. A large dose of TCR action is entirely uplifting, says Sir Alan. Predictions, folks. Get them on the chat there. Who do you think is going to win this? There's a lot of big names to choose from, and there's some that might feature in there which wouldn't normally show. So let's have a look at this starting grid, shall we? Right, let me extend gridding. Right then, Andrea Stefanino will lead us away. He's your current reigning champion for Dynamic E Motorsports. Jaden Scotland will go off on the front row next to him for JC Academy Emerald. I'm going to do names only for the rest of it, just so I know I can get it done in time. Wobbly will go off in 3rd place. 4th, stop flashing your lights, Chesney. 4th will be Carl Hardy. 5th will be Isaac Price. Pascal will go off in 6th. I can't read. Shouldn't be wearing my glasses, really. 7th will be Evan Kiso. 8th will be Thomas Asboth. Jamie Wilson will go off 9th. 10th will be Nico Mayer. Tony Walker will go off 11th. 12th will be Thomas Dandridge. Can't see for all the flashing of Chesney's lights. 13th, Mika Santa Helena. 14th will see Chesney Vandenbroek, although maybe I'll black flag him if he doesn't stop flashing his lights. Right, RDJ will go off 15th. Euro Larkinen off 16th. Odie Payne will go off 17th with Christian Hendricks off 18th. Michael Hall will be 19th. Josh Trasler will be 20th. Stefan Goebel will be 21st. Dietmar will be 22nd. Laura Meiser will be 23rd. 24th will be Silas Goebel. 25th will be Chris Needham. 26th will be Darrell Wright. Chris Dixon will go off 27th. Andy Litter off 28th. Jeff Saunders will go off 29th. Jack Brown, providing he's still in the session, I don't know that he is, will go off 30th. Chesney's going to get a repetitive strain injury, clearly, because he's still smashing away at that button. Nobody else is, which is a relief. That was nearly a good camera. There's a good camera. That's the whole field in. Sadly, we can still see flashing lights. I'm sure he's tethered that to something. Jay is saying that the internet's still down. Sorry. No, that's entirely fine. You get yourself... You just watch this on your phone, you know. That'd be cool. Chip in when you can. Right, here we go, folks. 5 lights going out, and we will be racing here at St. Petersburg.
Green flag.
Wow, they didn't hold them at all. I don't see anybody jump in the start. No black flags. We're away. We're going to have to focus on what's going on at the very front here, because Wobbly's managed to shuffle himself forward, as has Isaac Price, like he's been fired out of a cannon. An annoying camera that's just between corners there for me. Everybody seems to have filtered through roughly right, and although they are spreading out quite broadly. And we've got an attack on Andrea Stefanino here from Pascal Virchin, and he's managing to do this because the next turn's going to be in his favour. The next 2 turns are going to be in Pascal's favour. Oh, look at that, he's done it. It's one for the copybook. It's a dramatic start to this lap. It really is. These cars are frantic. I'll give you more car noise, folks. Certain tracks are quite quiet. Whoa, that's proper door to door. I think someone may have touched the wall just there. And I think it was Stefan Goebel. And we've got more going on here. Look at this rabble. Good grief. Although the set cameras that Jamie's provided for this track are excellent. Now there's a break in the field here, so where these two are, which is Michael Hall, who's lifting OD Payne out of that position, or is he? OD Payne is a very fast racer. Yeah, but he's got him now. It's around the outside of OD Payne he goes eventually. There's a gap now ahead of this group to the next group, which is basically everybody else. You can see it on your track map in the top left corner, folks. Keep an eye on that as we go through the race. Feel free to call out when I'm missing stuff. Is it turn 2 where they're getting slowdowns? Right, okay. Thanks, Jay. Wow. That looked so close to the wall. Whoa. Right, what's going on here? That's not good. That's not good. Straighten the car up. Well done, Stefan. Now. Chesney's in this. OD Payne is in this. Stefan's in it. Silas is like moving up behind it. This is what I was saying. Oh no, that's Mika. Mika's been ejected stage left. Keep your foot on the brake. That is a broken car though. That is not going to rub out. No, he's reset the car. No choice. As Andrea gets underneath Pascal. This battle's been going on for 2 laps now. Side by side, and they're both comfortable doing this. Both trusting each other, and Andrea's got his position back in the same place he lost it on the previous lap. Jamie Wilson too close to the wall. Do these guys know this is an endurance race? Right, these two have broken away from both ends of this field now. Christian Hendrickson is now the AM class leader. We'll have a look at what happened to Mika in a second. Stefan's getting shuffled. Now behind OD Payne. I'm not sure he's not got damage from when he got half turned. Well, he actually got fully turned, didn't he? He just recovered it very, very well. Cat-like reactions. Meow. Yeah, he's got damage. You can see it in the front of the bonnet there. As he goes underneath the camera, you'll see it's absolutely caved in. Maybe not. You have to have really good eyesight to get it. You can see it there though. So he's got massive damage on his radiator. That will affect his aero. He'll be praying for that first round of pit stops to come along, although it's not slowing him down with respect to OD Payne here. Oh yeah, it is actually. He's about to get mugged by Dietmar Hoos, who's not going to be slouchy with it. He's going to do it. Oh! Right, so that was Michael Hall through on Christian, and Chesney now giving chase to Christian. I should choose my words so that I'm not doing a tongue twister. And that's OD Payne into the wall behind. Definitely into the wall, left front. And now they're all going 2 by 2 through this. Well, no, maybe they're not, but they look like they were about to. Right, just to remind you, Jaden is out in front here. He's up a position from the start. Andrea Stefanino had a woeful start by his terms. Wobbly got forward as well. Isaac is now leading a group of cars. This happened once before. Carl Hardy is behind him. Evan Kiso is behind him. And just at the back of this group, Andrea Stefanino. He's dropped Pascal by quite a way. So something's happened there that I've missed. Mika got a meatball before the incident. Okay. And David Johansson's confirmed that. And Salman says, crikey, it's hairy out there. It really is. As Jamie Wilson has a good long look on the inside of Thomas Asboth, but not near enough to do anything with it. Might be enough just to freak him out. Remember, folks, next season, this league will go without ABS. Jaden, I've done it twice now. Chesney, still chasing Christian Hendricks. Michael Hall has got himself away from this group and is now approaching the cars. Ooh, good grief. That was very close. Approaching the cars in his own kind of area. Christian, ooh, that's into the wall. With helped into the wall there, I would suggest, by Chesney, who didn't get quite alongside fully. And we'll have a quick look at that, and then we'll go and have a look at what happened to Mika. We've got a few gaps in the field at the moment, so Chesney tries to look down one side, and then he's a bit of a send it. He's not even alongside there as Christian starts his turn in. So for me, I think that's Chesney, and David Janssen, I think, has just supported me. Okay, right, let me get back to live running, and I'll go and find the Mika one, because that sounds like it was more interesting than I initially realised. As we see an ailing Christian Hendricks car. Oh, right, there's a door-to-door with someone, and another door-to-door, and then into the wall. So I think that's two drivers racing. I don't think you can call much in that one. That was just competitive racing. Right then, back to this group. Oh, actually, let's go and have a look at what Chris Needham's doing with Dietmar, because I thought Dietmar was a bit further forward than this. Oh no, he's dropped one position. So Laura. And now Chris Needham is lining him up. And behind Chris Needham is Thomas Dandridge, who's doing very well this season, so we could expect him to move forward throughout this race. Oh, we've got someone throwing up celebratory stuff. I'll do a bit of that myself. Smart. Do a bit of fun smiley faces. There we go. Bit of emoji warfare. Sorry, I should be watching this. Or I should be watching what's happening with Dietmar. And I think they're going to go 3 wide here. Anybody else think that's not a good idea? Chris is through on Dietmar, and then they're racing behind. Thomas Dandridge round the outside of Odie Payne there. So where did the Go Bells end up? So the Go Bells ended up further forward than that group. Stefan still with that damage at the front there, a bit more obvious on that camera angle. And he's trying to chase down Chesney at the moment. Yeah, that's true, Jay. All 3 of those cars managed to sort themselves out before they got into the corner, which saved them all a series of crashes, I would expect. I want to really see what happened to Andrea at the very start, because he either didn't get away, because it looked like he got away fine. So he started getting past right here. Well, this is going to be right at the very, very start, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just see what happened to Andrea, even though I'm on the wrong car at the moment. There we go. Right, let's have a look. So, yeah, he was a bit slower than the cars around. Oh, second phase of the launch was awful for Andrea. And then he got mugged by another 3 cars. And then I think he ends up going further back still, yeah. So Evan is going to go through on him as well. And then Pascal gets alongside, and that's when that battle then commenced from. Okay, so some start practice for Andrea Stefanina. Chink in the armour there. But he is closing on the back of Evan Kiso. Fastest lap of the race at the moment is with Andrea Stefanina, and it was not the last lap. Last lap was quite slow, actually. Either wheel spin or hardware not shifting up, says Jay on that assessment or analysis of what we could see from Andrea's start. Chris Needham has caught up with Laura Miser, and Dietmar's come with Chris. Nice line through there from Chris. I'll give him a really good shot down this next straight. Or not. Nowhere near that Honda now. Shows how bad at this I am. So, everlasting left-hander, it feels like, and then spit it through this little kink. Yeah, he's not going to get close enough to do anything there, I don't think. Dietmar is closer to him than he was before. I wonder if Laura made a bit of a mistake or got a slowdown somewhere that I didn't notice. Let's go on back and have a look at the guys in the front, or towards the front. And then I'll do a roundup of where everybody's at. So the leaders have slowed the pace down. Now, whether that's because the tyres are melted now, or they're all on a number to hit, I'm not sure. But I think Andrea Stefanino might not be that bothered about where he is, because if he's fuel saving back here, it means he's stationary for a lot less time in one of his stops. And it might be that there is only one, as Michael Hall has gone to pit road. Andy Littler has also gone to pit road. Oh, Andy Littler's car looks a bit minced. It looks a bit unhappy on the front left. But I have no incident for him, so I'm not sure. Right, your race leader is Jaden Scotton still, and he's got a good lead now, 1.7 seconds over Wobbly, who says you do get a whiff of toe even at this distance. He's got a 2.7 second lead over Isaac Price, who brings a field of 4 with him. You can see that. This is the battle for 3rd place. I don't know how much these guys are going to want to fight or fuel save. I honestly don't know. I never know. Then there's a massive group that's chasing this down. I think it's 6 cars deep. Yep. It starts with Pascal and ends with Jura, the safest driver in our league at the moment, or was going into this session. Christian Hendricks has just picked up a place. I wonder if there's an advantage. Well, there's never going to be an advantage to towing your car, is there? But I know what I mean. He's letting cars go because he is not on the lap that they're on. Andrea getting racy, or just not expecting Evan to be slowing up in that place. In fact, we're going to go nose. Oh, don't know whether you can hear that at home, folks, but I can. As Alan says, it's always exciting to race here. Always pushing the limits. Yeah, I think I'll be pushing the limits of the tensile strength of reinforced concrete quite a lot. These guys are doing many laps in a manner that I could not. Lady Cupcake's on the chat, and Jay has spotted Lady Cupcake. Or Lady Cupcake. Right, so this is Evan. Behind Evan, we have got a very, very racy now Andrea, but honestly I don't think he's going to be overtaking anybody anytime soon. Yeah, that's right. 80 minutes at St. Petersburg. It's enough to exhaust even the best of them. This group is staying as they are, to be honest. The group behind is probably the one where more things are likely to occur. They are splitting, this group, and Chris Dixon's just picked up that turn 2 slowdown, now that I know where that is. He's not just picked up a slowdown, he's picked up a crash. Let's have a little look at what happened there. So he's picked up the slowdown there, doing that. And then, is that Mika? Oh, right. So there wasn't much more room that Mika could have selected on the right. Oh, right. Apparently it's catching. So we're about to see whatever's just happened to Tony. Oh, ow. Right, so he's... I don't know whether that's as a result of previous damage. I'm not sure. Oh, that has to be technical. He wasn't even braking. Or has he just done that because it's a bit frustrating to have... done that to his car. Oops, I'm still on replay. That'll buff out, says Jay. love to see whatever buffing machine you're using. Right then, back to this group, where everything is exactly as it was. I don't think anybody's going to move until pit stops. So, Jaden has continued to increase his lead. Now, does this mean that he is not fuel saving and everybody else is? Or is he managing to get a jump on everybody whilst fuel saving? Let's just do a bit of this and see what we can hear. Okay, I'm not going to say anything on the broadcast in case others are listening. Others that are racing, that is. Okay, let's see what happens here. Right. And then this is the most extreme one. I'm not going to say any names, but I mean, the discipline to do this is remarkable and stay competitive in pace. It'll be interesting to see what... Oh, and that's interesting as well. You can see who I'm focused on with the little bright yellow marker on the timing tower, just in case you weren't sure. Listen to that. Interesting. Okay, this has got many permutations from what I've just heard of the engine behaviour on certain cars. As Andrea has a good long stare down the right-hand side of Evan's car. I don't know whether he's just trying to see where everybody else is. But I don't know how long the fuel goes for. They're on 40%. St. Petersburg. If Long Beach and Detroit Belle Isle had a baby, but its friends at school subjected it to the narrowness of Alton Park. Actually, it's a pretty good description. The only thing that's missing is elevation change. Because there is none. Right, Silas. Is that Silas? Yeah, Silas has picked up a slowdown. There'll be the turn 2 rumble strips. He's slowly burning it off. Oh, and after watching this group for so long, I missed Andrea actually doing the pass. Standard kind of pass. He's going to outbrake him into the braking zone there. Evan makes it wonderfully, not easy, but he was very compliant with that. He knows it's not his race, necessarily. I mean, it is his race, if you know what I mean, but he's going to be on a different strategy, I would assume. And Andrea, I suspect, doesn't want to lose touch with these two ahead. I think that might be what was the defining factor there. And Evan is already dropping backwards slightly, so maybe Andrea noticed a change in pace as Ura starts to close in on the back of RDJ. Now these are teammates, these are in sister teams. RDJ, the car in front, is in team orange, and Ura Larkinen is in team gold. Now, for anybody that pitted or had to go and get a fast repair, that drove in and got a fast repair, I think there may be a point in this race where they can recover some of what they've lost and get a good finishing position. And you just don't know on these street courses. Anything can happen. Watkins Glen is kind of a street course at points, and we've seen the crashes that you can get there going up the hill particularly. The walls are never far away. Ura. Usually, Ura is the faster of these two. Usually. But I don't think there's any team orders, so I expect them to race it out. Right, these three now being pushed together, I think. Andrea is putting the pressure onto Carl now, which is drawing Carl onto the back of Isaac. Maybe Andrea is spoiling for an error from someone ahead of him. But your race leader is Jaden Scotton still. 3.4 seconds is his lead over Wobbly, and Wobbly has about the same over Isaac at the moment. But don't forget, this is an endurance race, folks. Unless all these strategies of pace and fuel save, etc., are taken into account, we won't know what's going to happen until after, well, till about 20 minutes to go generally. So we've got an hour till that point. So get comfy. Yeah, you're right, Axel Allen. That is a remarkable pace from Jaden to pull away from Wobbly. I wonder what how the fuel and the fuel saving strategies are playing out with these two at the moment. There's a big hit on the curves from Wobbly. Anything like that, you've got to be careful when you go to the pits, because your fast repair might get used up on something innocuous like that. Or fly on the windscreen or something. You have to make sure it's unchecked if you really don't want to use it. Otherwise it'll use it for the most stupid of things. Oh, and Tamas Asboth. That's already happened. And I don't... Oh, hang on. So that's not the crash. I think this is the crash. This was actually a little bit ago. Oh. I think, and we may have just missed it there, I think he has clipped the wall and it's literally removed his right front. Let's just listen. I think he's clipped the right hand wall just going in here. Yep. And then it straightened his car up, no right hand wheel, and into the wall. It's as easy as that on these street courses, folks. Those walls really do leap out at you when you least expect it. Chris Needham with a slowdown, and that will be another one from turn 2. Everyone taking that big leap on that rumble strip that leads onto that little chute before the hairpin there. Thomas Asboth is now making his way back through the field though, which is healthy for him. He's the first car one lap down. But that'll come back to him, I think, when everybody pits. I think he'll be back on lead lap. It wasn't a long tow. Isaac now getting mega pressure. Oh, what's Chesney done? I've got Chesney crashing 5 times. Honestly, got him crashing 5 times. So we'll have a look at that in a second once we know that this isn't happening. Couldn't make it in the booth. Busy day at the hospital, and dog sitting has wiped me out. Sitting on dogs can do that. But no, thank you for the consideration. Only when you're free and available to do so, whilst you're languishing at your leisure. I'm sure you've got your feet up. Maybe that's painful, I don't know. Let's see what happened to Chesney in order to get 5 crashes. Has he let... Is that a let go? No, what on earth? I couldn't even see that. I'm going to run that again and do it from somewhere different. So he's gone very slow. I don't know whether he's trying to let someone through because he thought he got an unfair advantage and then came together in the corner with them. Oh, and Stefan got a little tiny lick at the end of that. And then Christian Hendricks got a crash resulting. So, stuff going on there. Don't know what they're doing, David. Absolutely don't. It looked utterly chaotic, and I'm not sure why Chesney was going... Well, I'm assuming Chesney was going that slow in order to let Christian through. But it didn't work out very well. So I think it's just a badly executed remuneration. That's a money thing. I know what I mean. Right, so these three, as they were. Jaden, you'll be... If you're a Jaden fan, you'll be happy to know that he is now 5.7 seconds ahead of Wobbly. I can only assume that Wobbly is creeping round, trying to fuel save, so he's going to do it no stop or something. Don't know. Don't think even at this, with the pace he's already put in, I don't think he can no stop this race. No, I agree with you, David. Not the best places to let someone go. Oh, that looked a bit racy from Andrea Stefanina there, but maybe it was just my eyesight. Evan's been dropped a little bit by this, and Pascal... Oh, hang on. Am I still on replay? Yep. Pascal has gone to the pits. So he's the first of the heavy punchers to go to the pits voluntarily. We've got a few cars out. Michael Hall is out. Andy Littler's out. Jack Brown never started. I did wonder about Jack Brown. I don't think he can always do the races, but he likes to be in the practices and things like that. And that's fair enough. It's a community thing. Wobbly is definitely falling backwards into the grasp of this group behind, and I'm assuming he is doing some extreme fuel saving. Maybe he thinks he's miscalculated from the start of the race or something like that. Not sure. But it's certainly going to be interesting for us. I'm going to open a can of Coke because I'm losing my voice already. Yeah. RDJ has now not got Euro in close company, and I've missed the overtake. Oh no, hang on, that's Tamas in the middle, isn't it? So Tamas is nearly a lap down on Euro and is a lap down on RDJ. He's the first car in that list of cars 1 lap down. Meatballs for Mika and Christian in the pits. Chesney appears to be running again. Yeah, he's back out and running. Right, and Pascal is out. And Pascal's come out right in front of both Gobels. So this is going to get a bit tasty, because Stefan's not going to want to get held up on waiting for somebody to get up to speed or whatever, and that car in front will be heavy on fuel. So that could come to something. Jaden Scotland now has a 7.5 second lead. Wobbly dropping right back. His last lap was so slow, and I mean it. It was very, very slow. Look how close Isaac is now. He's definitely going for a number on fuel saving. I mean, we might all have to turn up and push his car soon. Right, Jamie Wilson now has caught up with Evan Kiso. Evan Kiso has kind of lost pace as this has gone on. I shouldn't be too disparaging, because he is second in class. He's in the Pro-Am, green number boards and banners, and Jamie is in Pro, blue number boards and banners. I think Jamie would possibly argue he sits between the two classes. Possibly enjoys the battling in the Pro-Ams more than the Pros. And now we've got OD has crashed. What is going on in this race? These walls are claiming victims. That is Chris Dixon ahead. And that is a let go. And then he's run out of track. Yep. Oh, and then clipped Chris. Oh, and is that Wobbly? Yeah, Wobbly's got caught up in all that. So Wobbly is now... Oh, he's gone to the pit straight away. That might have ruined his... Oh, he's got a meatball from that. Can you believe that? It was the tiniest of hip checks. Unbelievable. Made of tinfoil, these cars these days. So that... Well, that doesn't affect this group at all then, does it? Wobbly has literally been ejected from out front of this group before they even got to him. Laura Meiser has just gone to the pits as well for her scheduled stop. No damage there. Right. This group's still going. Honestly, the damage that these cars take these days is just woeful. So Wobbly's going for tyres? We'll have to wait and see if he actually comes back out or not. Right, let's see what happens with pit stops with these three. Nothing this go. Laura's going, but Wobbly is not. So I don't know that we're going to see Wobbly again. Not sure. Evan and Jamie still together. Someone says that's a shame. Yeah, misjudged a braking point straight into the wall for OD Payne, and honestly, I can't. I've got no words for the amount of damage that were transferred from the slightest of hip checks on Wobbly's car. Wobbly is running. He's back out racing. He is not the first car or the lead car that's pitted. That is Laura Meiser. As race leader, Jaden Scotton goes to the pits. Right, we're going to have to watch and see what this group behind, there they are, just in the distance, does. They're going again, so they've all managed to fuel save. It'll be interesting to see where Wobbly is when he comes out relative to Jaden. I would expect Jaden to be a gazillion miles ahead, seeing as Wobbly's the best part of the lap down on him now. Jamie bolted to the back of Evan Kieser. Where's Jaden? And where's he going to come out? Is he going to come out into heavy traffic? I think the heavy traffic just passed him, from what I saw going down the bottom of the screen. Jamie having another look at Evan, but not doing anything about him. He's kind of playing with his food. Quite a lot of cars entering the pits now from further back in the field. Jaden's still in the pits. Now it looks like he's up on jacks, but I bet he's not. I bet there's no tyres being taken by either him or by Wobbly. It's just fuel. But they do seem to be in there for quite a long time. Jaden's been in there over a minute, but that is standard looking at how long people are in the pits for. Laura Meiser was only in there for 50 seconds, so am I going to assume that some are on a one stop, some are on a two stop? Don't know. We'll only find out when people start to pit. And Carl Hardy has peeled off. I did wonder if it was going to be him, which is why my camera was on him. Evan's gone to the pits and brought Jamie with him as well. It's the pit lane exit, which is the brutal one. Right, where's Jaden come out? Has he come out into free air? Trying to see him on the track map. He has. He's got a whole load of free track ahead of him. Wobbly is way behind him now. Like way behind him after that. I'm trying to find out where Jaden is. So he's 30 seconds behind. I don't know whether he can do much about that, but we'll see by the end of this race. More miraculous things have happened. And pit lane is full, like properly full. There's a whole bunch of cars. They are quite spread out down here. It's an American pit road, isn't it? So it's about a gazillion miles long. That's Jaden, isn't it? Coming around that corner there. So has he only just come out ahead of RDJ? And the answer to my question is yes. Right, so to say that I'm a bit confused is an understatement, but we'll work on that. So these two are your leaders, the Super Savers, Isaac and Andrea, who were doing extreme fuel saving earlier. Both of them. Clutch in for both of them. And Andrea's deciding I need a lead lap point here somewhere. So he's... oh, and Isaac tried to come back at him. Made a good fist of that as well, but not quite able to get alongside. Darrell Wright's to the pits now as well. He was the lead AM car at one point, but Laura is definitely the lead car in AM at the moment, but with a shorter stop than a lot of people around her. So we'll have to see what happens with that. There's definitely two strategies in the pits, because some people are in there for I'm going to go 1 minute 20 as an average, and then lots of other people are down at the 50-second mark. So there's definitely two clear strategies at work. Kiso taking tyres. Audi isn't as good on the tyre wear as the Honda. Okay, thanks for that, David. Must be taking tyres when being in there that long. Yeah, I would agree. So maybe there is a significant advantage at this track by putting tyres on the car, and the ones that are over the minute are the ones with tyres as well as fuel. So that may play into somebody's favour somewhere later in the race. These two, however, and Thomas Dandridge, are the only cars that have not yet visited pit road. So we'll watch out for them in the next couple of laps as Darrell gets out of everybody's way just there in the background. Wobbly is a lap down on these two at the moment, but if they're going to be in the pits and taking tyres for 1 minute and 17 seconds, which is about a lap, then all of these cars are going to be on the same bit of tarmac after the pit stop. But we'll wait and see. If they've fuel saved, like ridiculous fuel save, they may not take tyres, which means they'll be in there for a fraction of the time. I can only guess my way to it. Thomas Dandridge is in. We are at 40 minutes nearly now. 40 minutes, halfway through this race. Wobbly's catching these two, and he will want to unlap himself if they're still on the track. I think that was Andrea going to pits. It was. That leaves Isaac out on track as the only car that can go this far. Hydrogen-powered Veloster. I didn't even know they'd invented it. Wobbly's going to want to dispatch Isaac as fast as he can, because it's going to be key to whatever his new strategy is after getting that meatball. Right, Andrea is not moving yet. And is slowly dropping down the field, but he'll expect to do that. Although, I'm going to go out there and suggest that there were no tyres on that stop for Andrea Stefanina. Right then, we're going to have to keep an eye on some of this because it's going to get interesting. Here come the Racing Forces duo, and that was a let go. Multi-21 there from the Racing Forces teams. Yura is faster than you. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint. Oh, right, well now we've got Isaac in the pits. So, let's see what he does with his fuel and tyres. Yeah, Isaac Price literally schooling everybody on fuel saving. And David Johansson making comment to that fashion. So, let's have a look and see where he's going to come out. Right, that was a very, very, very short stop, I'm going to suggest. And he's going to pop out. Whoa. Right behind Carl Hardy, like literally on his boot lid. So I'm not sure what the advantage is, or who's got it at the moment. I really have no clue. I'm going to assume that some of these guys are going to have to drop into the pits again. Isaac was ahead of Carl and ahead of Andrea when all this started. He didn't take tyres in that stop. No, no tyres on him, David. Convinced of that. But he did make it to 40 minutes, so is he one of the few that can now make it to the end on a one stop without tyres? Is that what he's trying, and everybody else has had to take tyres? Oh, don't know. Certainly going to be interesting. One lap before was Andrea Stefanino. Maybe they can both go the distance now, but they're going to have to fuel save as heavy as they did in the first stint. Meanwhile, Wobbly, I think, is just going to have to gun it for the rest of the race now in order to do the damage limitation on this one. That's Dietmar ahead of him and Chris Needham ahead of him. Wow, right onto the grass, straight down the inside. That was a mistake from Wobbly, I expect. An apology will have gone across in the chat, because that was a super dive, if you want to term it that. Right, Jaden Scotton has caught up with Nico Mayer. Now, Jaden Scotton's on new tyres and a full tank of bang juice. Thanks to Fee for that descriptor of fuel. Touch on the wall. You might not want to do that, Jaden, given what happened to Wobbly and the slightest of knocks on another car. Okay. RDJ staying with Ura, using him as a tow now. So, your race leader at the moment is Pascal Vietchen. And he has got a tidy lead right now. Jamie Wilson is in second. There he is in the distance, down the top end of the road there. He himself has just 1.7 seconds over Andrea, who's got Carl right behind him, as you know. And Isaac Price, I think, is already on the fuel save. So these guys are dropping off him. I think he doesn't have to pit again, and I think most other people do. So we'll have to see what's going to happen at the end of this. Jaden Scotton now mired into 6th place, lost 4 places on that, but look, I mean, we were on him just a few seconds ago when he overtook Nico Mayer, and look at the gap he's got on him now. Those new tyres make him mighty at this point in the race, so I expect him to chew up the tarmac and get right onto the cars in front of him. He was doing a lap half a second faster than anybody else on track last time. No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He matched Carl Hardy's time, but he was half a second faster than the majority of other cars around him. So he and Carl Hardy are currently the fastest cars on track. So if you want to see who did take tyres in that round, where's pit time? Does that one show it? Yeah. That's just pit time though, isn't it? Where's the combined time? Pit lap. No, you can't. Oh, hang on. Pit lane time. Yeah, that's the one. Right, so there you go. I did think it looked a bit funny. So anybody who's not got a 1 minute plus did not take tyres. So I'll keep that up there, and you can do your own guesswork as to what might happen. Same battles are going on at the moment. Dietmar is again still with Chris Needham. Wobbly made it through on Chris Needham just a little while ago. Let's see if he did it in any better form than when he overtook Dietmar. Where's my camera's gone? Chris just made that one very. He was very compliant for Wobbly that time. Knows it's not his fight. Stayed out of it. Right. Carl Hardy is closing on Andrea. I think Andrea is having a fuel save in order to counter whatever other people are doing or what he suspects they're doing, strategy-wise. Yeah, Dietmar closing down Chris Needham now. I don't know what the behaviour, the tyre life benefits of the Elantra are. Maybe it's just driver behaviour after that. But Chris Needham just got slowed down at that, leaping over that curb. That's going to make him easy prey maybe for Dietmar now. He's going to have to find somewhere to burn this off. Taking wide lines, getting off the gas. Oh my god, the whole timing tower just lit up with yellow. So he wasn't an easy victim. He's got rid of that slowdown already. Josh Trasler was one with a slowdown a second ago as well, I think. He's had a quiet night, Josh Trasler. Just kept himself to himself, stayed out of trouble. As far as I can see anyway. He's up 4 places, not doing nearly as well as the following. Darrell Wright. He's up 11 at the moment. Now, whether he needs another pit stop or not, I suspect he possibly does, given his pit lane time. Chris Needham up 12. Dietmar up 8. Laura Meiser is up 12 places from the start. Fantastic work. Jura Larkinen up 8 places from the start. Now, that might be all false economy. They might all, those names that I've just mentioned, they may all need to pit again. Jamie Wilson's up 7. But again, do they need to box the car again? Okay. So if I was Dietmar and Chris, I'd be quite concerned at the speed of Darrell Wright behind them. He is closing them down reasonably rapidly. Now it might be that they're on an element of fuel save and he's not, and they may not need to pit again and he does, but it's something that they may want to think about. Carl Hardy is your Pro-Am leader at the moment, and no reason to think that he won't be to the end as long as he avoids any incidents. Nico Meyer is currently second step of that Pro-Am podium and doing another great job like he did last week. And then RDJ is third in line for that throne. Evan Kiso had really good qualifying, has somewhat dropped back, but he's one of the cars, another of the cars that has got new tyres, so I expect him to be able to tick off the cars in front. Look how he's closed already on RDJ in just the little bit that we've been watching him. All that done under braking, all because he's got absolutely brilliant tyres compared to the car in front. Now, it all depends on how fast he can get through. Now, this is for bottom step of the podium. He'll have known that he had this work to do when he did his pit stop and using the strategy that he had. But we've seen Evan be super fast before, and I'm sure he's going to be super fast here today. Already popping out alongside RDJ. That's a really good overtake. Made his intentions completely clear, got fully alongside. There was no opportunity for a comeback at that point. And now Jura Larkinen faces the same fate. then. So, Andrea still being the focus point for Carl at the moment, and I think Andrea has upped his speed in the last. Yeah, he has. So his last lap was marginally. Oh no, his last lap was marginally slower than Jamie Wilson's. Okay, just reading my screen a little wrong. So last lap, our fastest racer on track was Jaden Scotton. And he's just behind this group. Again, another one on nice new tyres. All the cars in front did not take tyres. They can't have done given their pit lane times. And now, where is Wobbly? Wobbly is in 12th place. Slowly recovering the situation. Another one with newer tyres than those around him. Laura Meiser is the car in front, which will be for position, despite the differences in class. You score points based on your overall position in this league, folks, just in case you're new and watching. Not where you position in your class. So if an AM class racer manages to finish the race winning this, they'll get 300 points, or 330 points. Can't remember how we pointed this one out now. Something like that. So the overtake here will be for a small amount of points in theory, if you know what I mean. All of them super valuable to Laura in her fight for AM class victory by the end of the season. See how this one works out. The second, third and fourth are quite close together on track now, but this one I want to see how this one works out. I suspect waiting for a straight bit of track so that an easy let go can be done. Exactly that. Yeah, well done to both cars there. That's how you make that work most effectively. Now Laura needs to stay with him for as long as possible and use that toe to her advantage. Okay, let's go and have a look at what's happening here in this lead group. It's nearly a group, well, it is a group of four now. Carl has caught up with this lot. Oh no, Jaden has overtaken Carl. Let's have a look at what happened there. It was while we were watching Laura and Wobbly. Right, Carl got off that corner really badly and slowly. And then it was easy meat for Jaden Scotton there. Up alongside and straight through. No point in delaying yourself or the car next to you. Right, the second round of pit stops has started. Oh, and Jaden Scotton, while we were watching that one, good grief, I'm missing them all on replays now. We've got Jaden Scotton overtaking Andrea, who is possibly not bothered by that whatsoever. Because Andrea, I assume, is on a completely separate fuel-saving strategy given what he and Isaac were doing right at the start of the race. So Pascal Viertjen into the pits. He was one of the earlier pit stops anyway from the last round. So after this we will possibly see who is where finally, ready for the end of the race. And we are 55 minutes in. Thank you, Pascal, for flashing your lights in the pit lane. So that means others will be drawn to pit road very, very shortly, I would assume. Apart from the likes of Isaac Price, Andrea Stefanina, possibly Wobbly. I don't know, he was fuel saving heavy in that first stint, but then he got the damage from the back of whichever car it was, it was like Odie Payne that went into the wall head on. Now, this is interesting. Pascal is taking tyres now. Either that or he's got a punishment, but I think he's taking tyres. He should start to launch around about nowish, if he's doing that. Or he could just make me look very silly and just stay in his pit box forever. Well, this is strange. He should have been out already, unless the second stop is where he's taking on the most fuel. But we're going to have to jump to this, because Jamie Wilson did lead that lap, but he's about to be lifted out of the lead position. Or is he? He does a good job of blocking that corner off. Nice and legally. That was an excellent car positioning. Doesn't matter about flashing your lights, Jaden. You've got to get past him, mate. Do better. Can you tell that I don't like flashing lights, folks? If you can't do it with your wheels and your pedals, don't try and do it with the button that flashes your lights. Just saying. Right, so there's a whole gaggle of cars in front of these guys. So there may be a tactic here. Lovely car positioning yet again from Jamie Wilson. He's stayed slightly off the racing line, but steadily done. I would suggest that that could have been done with a little bit more finesse from Jaden, but we'll see. And now Jamie possibly will be to pit road here, because no, he's going again. Right, okay, so he's managed to eke out a little more fuel maybe, or it's just not his pit lap yet. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the end of this, when everybody's done all their shuffles into pit road. Darrell Wright, who's been mega fast at the start of this race, been in for his second lot of go juice, and now looking to get through this field as fast as he can. That's Thomas Dandridge that he's fighting with there, who's yet to go to the pits for his second stop, and won't do because, well, I don't know that he won't, but he took tyres in the last one and a lot more fuel potentially, so maybe this one is the splash and dash, or maybe he doesn't need to go. Someone's going to do this on a one stop. So Jaden now out in front. He is your race leader again. Laura Meiser has gone to pit road now. And that puts Silas temporarily, probably, into the lead position for AM class. Right, and that was Jamie Wilson into the pits. One lap later than I expected him to. Now Jaden's going to come across this massive pile of traffic ahead. These are all cars a lap down. It starts with Josh Trasler. Darrell's in there after having pitted, so he's not going to be an easy overtake, because he's going to have... he's got new tyres on, hasn't he? Darrell... No. Right, okay. So Darrell didn't take tyres, he took tyres on his previous stop. So that might be a little easier than I expected it to be. Nico Mayer has just stopped in his pit box. Let's go back to this. Because this is like, it's almost like race start. Look how many cars are in front of these two. And then they've got a bit of a gap now back to Carl Hardy, and then Isaac Price is there lurking in the background. He didn't take tyres, but I think he doesn't need to go to the pits again, because he stayed out for so long. He's there. It's going to be a remarkable job if he can manage to win this race. Darrell right there, trying to get past. Thomas Dandridge still making his intention clear, but I don't think he's... Oh, he has got alongside. Right, nice. Thomas giving him room. Cars in front, giving each other room. Bit of a wall now forming in front of... well, that's Josh Trasler into this mix of three now. This is getting proper racy back here. And right in front of Race Leader. And Race Leader's got his braking point either brilliantly right or woefully wrong. And I don't know which it was. Carl Hardy's gone to the pits and is taking tyres. I just wanted to see if he did. We'll be back with this now. So Andrea Stefanina has got to get through here. Jaden did not want to be delayed at all. Thomas Dandridge was the unfortunate that Jaden centre on in the first instance. Now Darrell is very much got a windscreen full of Josh Trasler. No, he has now, sorry. And Jaden went through as well. If Darrell wanted to pit on that particular point, then he wouldn't have been able to, but he has been in twice already, so that's fine. Because he was boxed into the wall there. Carl Hardy is emerging from his pit box, not from pit road, okay. And that is Jaden's gotten out of the, found his way to the front of that group. Very, very convincing and confident overtakes through there. The first one he nearly wiped out his own teammate, I think, at that corner we've just been through, because like I said at the time, it was either absolutely perfect or he was really late. But it's worked out well for him. So Andrea is just one car back. It's one of Jaden's teammates, but in the Sapphire JC Academy cult team. That'll tell me whether Jay is still listening. And here is Carl Hardy. Now, he's back in 14th at the minute. And that is Stefan Goebel ahead of him. RDJ is in the pits now. Or now he's leaving the pits into clean air. That might work out well for RDJ in his position. Carl Hardy is trying to get alongside. He's got alongside Stefan. Nice overtake. Well ahead by the time he gets to the apex of that corner. And, of course, Carl's new tyres on that car for the remaining quarter of an hour or more. So good things can come still from Carl Hardy, and possibly some pit stops to be affected ahead of him. Isaac Price seems to, well, has found himself into third place, and provided he doesn't need to pit, given the fact that he pitted after the 40-minute mark in the first stint, I don't see him needing to. The only issue he's going to face is, well, the fact that, well, maybe Jaden needs to pit again. He's going at it really fast, really hard at the moment. Pit lane itself is enormous. And he's got Laura Meiser just ahead there. And I think that's, who is that with her? You know what? I'm totally confused about who that is. Is it Christian? Yeah, it's Christian. Okay. Evan here is your lead Pro-Am car right now. Kept it together, nice and steady. Not been phased by cars passing him on other strategies. I'm sure it's easy just to get, tempted to race them or not let them through, but he's not been affected in that way. He's had a solid, sensible race. And I'd like to see him do well. Currently nobody in pit road, just Silas Goebel with a slowdown at the moment. The only flags on the board, other than Odie Payne's meatball from way, way earlier in the race. Thomas Dandridge sorting himself out now, and with Josh Trasler in front of him to overtake. He's got Darrell Wright, who's been fast throughout this race, behind and bearing down on them. Darrell has pitted for a second time, and Thomas has not. Josh has. So different strategies at play just in this group here. I think we do still have some people who need to visit pit road. Right, and the lap times have deteriorated, but I think that's probably because of the heat of the track. Let's go and have a look and see if I can see what the track temperature is. So the track temperature has gone up to a blistering 41 degrees. Air temperature at 29. No wind, really. It's very, very still. So that's the one explanation as to... my battle box always disappears when I put the weather on. So I'll bring that back. Or maybe it just won't come back. Brilliant. Oh, there it is. Oh, Chris Dixon into the wall, I think. There. Was he on his own? Car behaviour is a bit odd going through there. And then... Has he got issues with steering? I think he can't get enough lock into the steering column. But anyway. Wobbly's gone to pits. So he did need to pit again. No tyres on this one. And a very short stop. Very, very short. Splash and dash. But that's still going to be... Well, it's not a splash and dash, actually. It's a reasonable amount of fuel. I suppose there was always two ways to do it. Big stop at the start or big stop at the end. Right, where's Jaden? Jaden is there. He's got a 1.4 second lead over Andrea Stefanina right now. 7 seconds further back is Isaac Price. So the wonderment begins, doesn't it, folks? In the last 13 minutes, which of these cars actually needs to go back to the pits for a little top up? Carl Hardy has been faced with a windscreen full of Wobbly after Wobbly's second stop. Now, I think tyre life wise, Carl is on better tyres. Wobbly's gone and bolted himself to the pit wall. I don't see, unless Carl's going to hang this outside all the way around, which is not going to benefit him to do so. He wants to cut back, really, and he's not. He can't cut back at that particular corner, can he? Because it doesn't favour him on the exit. But this is quite a front. Oh, and Jaden's gone to the pits. Surrendered the lead to Andrea Stefanina, and Isaac Price is further in the lead than slightly further back, I should say. Right, where was that battle with Carl and Wobbly? I can hear bending metal, but we hear that regularly. Jaden's already out of the pits, so that really was throwing some fuel at the windscreen and telling him to get out again. All right, now Carl has got down the inside of Wobbly there. That's a nice overtake, but he's not quite finished the job. Wobbly's still in this, and very much in this. Carl was alongside there. Now he's going to have to go to the grass. And the grass is no longer faster than the tarmac like it used to be. Top 10 for Dietmar, looking good. Absolutely, he's in 9th at the minute, ahead of this pair, I should say. He's 10 seconds ahead of these guys. So I think strategies along the way have not quite played out to everybody's advantage, and I kind of wish we could come back here next week, because I think it would be just as interesting doing that. And yes, thanks Scott and Coney for wishing us all well here. We're all doing fantastically well, and the racing is absolutely riveting. Evan Kiso has now gone to the pits. Now, does that mean that Evan is going to get out before Nico comes round? Where is Nico? Nico's here. So this could be a close exit, depending on how much Evan needs in the tank of his car. I suspect he's going to be moving pretty quick. Here comes Nico over the start-finish line, and he's going to pick up the race, the Pro-Am lead now. Because there's Nico, and there's Evan, and they're going to be... Oh, look at that. He's just ahead of Nico. So that's played out perfectly for Evan. Might play out a bit better for Nico if he can get on terms with him. Dietmar has had to go to the pits for more fuel. But he's going to pop out, I think, in 12th? No, I think he's going to come out. Oh, I don't know now. Yeah, he's got a long way to go to the end of pit lane, so he's going to drop down the order somewhat. Still up 7 places at the moment from his start position as he rejoins the field. In traffic, or behind some back markers at least. And the car behind him, when it comes into view, well, the car behind him is actually Isaac Price. And Andrea Stefanina has lapped all the way up to and including 11th place. A proper endurance race. Now, Jura Larkinen has had to go to the pits for more juice. And he's going to drop down the order as well. So these pit stops are not over. We've got 9 minutes to go. Just 9 minutes, and these guys are having to top off. Andrea Stefanina does not look like he needs to take his foot off the gas. He's just all in. 10 seconds in the lead over Isaac Price, who's managed to, you know, make the tyres last, the fuel last, in the velocity that nobody else wants to drive right now. So well done to him. 10 seconds back down the road is Jaden Scotton, who's going, as long as nothing else happens, will get himself an overall podium and a class podium, obviously. And one of the star performances, given where he was in the field before, and provided nothing else happens to him as well, it's going to be a 4th place for Jamie Wilson. And that's going to be one of his best performances this season, I would assume. Evan Kiso, quite a way behind now. Quite a way behind Jamie, sorry. Nearly 10 seconds, over 9 seconds. Nico Mayer just behind. Then a jump back to 7th place, which is Jura Larkinen, of 10 seconds. 9 seconds ahead of RDJ, sister teammate. And then Carl Hardy is just behind Tony Walker, who is going to get some decent points. Carl Hardy just got himself a 3,000 point penalty for flashing his lights at a BSTV racer. And Tony Walker doing the honourable thing and adhering to black flag rules. Well done. Right then. 6 minutes to go. For the Cutting Corny fans, your boy is in 15th place at the moment. There's a lot going on behind him, so I think he's safe from further overtakes, providing he can keep it clean and out of the walls. Josh Trasler in front of him has just got a slowdown. Oh, and this is going to get very tasty. Chris Needham in a proper scrap here with Silas. This is for position and points. The car behind them is Mika. And he's a lap down on these guys. Now, what happened up here? So Carl Hardy has got alongside and is overtaking RDJ. Again, this is for class points and honours and overall points, obviously. So that puts Carl Hardy 3rd in class in Pro-Am. He's got a massive job to catch anybody else, though. Nico is 21 seconds down the road. I suppose these two could get together and spoil each other's races and put Carl on a place where he could get more positions, but they would have done that before now in the race. And Josh Trasler has caught Laura Meiser. Now, Laura is, again, class leader for AM. Darrell Wright is again in 2nd place. Both of them are up 12 positions from their starts, and that's such an epic effort. You know, you got to look at the names that these guys are in front of at the minute. So Laura's ahead of Josh, Thomas Dandridge, Dietmar, Chris Needham, Thomas Asboth, Stefan Goebel. Remarkable performance. Absolutely brilliant. And yeah, Go Euro is the shout there from Alex Sabalano Ledo. Great to hear from you, by the way. I've responded to your message today. Sorry I'm not been able to respond sooner. Work life is full on at the minute. This snake of cars is a full train of 5 places for five cars here for 11th place. Josh Strasler now getting 15,000 point penalties for flashing the lights. Yeah, on the sorry side of things where you are, Alex, I know that. Things will begin to look up. These are all peaks and troughs of life. We always wish we had more peaks. Absolutely. Andrea Stefanina looking solid and resplendent in first place here, defending his championship solidly, and still fuel saving, if you could hear that over my monotonous tones. Tremendous drive by Laura and Darrell. Absolutely right, Sir Alan. Absolutely right. Staying ahead of this group solidly and calmly. Really good performance. I'm going to get the cult leader to have a word with Trasler about his light flashing. Wobbly is caught up with this group, so Wobbly's still going to get a top 10 because he's in 10th place now. And the two cars, well, one of the cars in front of him, the one immediately in front of him, will get him 9th. Then he's got a bit of a bigger challenge. So there's 9 seconds beyond RDJ to Carl Hardy. I think that is impossible in 2 minutes worth of racing, which is what we've got left. Yeah, it's been a fast downhill lately, says Alex, but never faster than these guys. You're not wrong. Isaac Price here has been bleeding time away from Andrea Stefanina in his bid to do this without taking tyres and only stopping once, which is absolutely honourable. But he's getting his lead over Jaden hacked to pieces every lap at the minute. It was, well, 2/3 of a second last lap. But it's not going to be enough unless Isaac encounters heavy traffic, which is what is in front of him, because that's Deep Mara just ahead of him there. Or an incident. Maybe those tyres have just had that little bit too much. This group of 5 is just ahead of Isaac. Yeah, one stopper, no tyres. That's pretty epic stuff. That's the sort of stuff that we'd usually see from Simon Trundle. Now, I don't think Laura's entirely safe still, but if she continues the way she's been showing, then this will be very, very solid for her. Right. So Yura just lost a position. No, I'm not going to do that replay yet. I'll do it afterwards. I've now got Mika, it's saying, has crashed. Andrea has just taken the checkered flag just as I switched to him. So well done to him. Isaac over the line here to take 2nd place. And Jaden Scotton will be just after him. Just under 6 seconds back. I don't think Andrea had very much fuel left because he's pulled up after the line and got out the car straight away. Other people have crossed the line, obviously, because the field is all mixed up now. Jamie Wilson's going to come through in an overall 4th place, which is miraculous. Absolutely brilliant work. Splendid effort from Jamie Wilson. Evan is going to come over the line as the lead Pro-Am car, and only 1.3 seconds behind Nico Mayer. 2nd in class. Carl Hardy's going to come right round this final hairpin at the top of this runway and get himself a class podium in 3rd. Well done. There's Yura. I'm going to have to look at what happened to Yura in a second. And Wobbly there, coming out of that last hairpin at the top of the screen. I don't think he's out of fuel. Engine's still running. But over the line in 9th. He'll have hoped for better, no doubt. Right, let's have a look at what happened to Jura. Well, the final cars come over the line. Oh, just misjudged a corner. Or no front tyres, one of the two. And that was down as a crash. So he didn't actually lose a place then. He just maintained his 8th. Okay. And then what happened to Mika? This was after the flag, so has he done it after... No, he hasn't done it after he's crossed the line. The line is nowhere near where he is. Oh, it's this corner again. The amount of people that have driven into the tyres at that corner today. Did he? He didn't have to reset, did he? No, he's nursed it round very, very slowly. But yeah, that's an incident that I've seen multiple people do. Well, for 90 minutes worth of racing around St. Petersburg, that was... Oh, I've just made a big mistake by scrolling all the way back. And I forgot that SDK now retains every session. Yeah, the Racing Forces liveries look really good at the minute. Okay, so we'll set this away on Slemmer. We'll focus on Andrea, and we'll see who comes into the booth for interviews. Some really strong performances in there. I think none more so, possibly, than either Evan in 5th place, kept his cool throughout. So some really good overtakes from him. Maybe Laura, who was up 12 places by the end of the race. Same as Daryl was, but Laura finishing in 11th and top of the class. She's done a very, very solid work there. In fact, she's sharing a screen at the minute with Pascal, but I'm going to upset that party. I'm just going to grab her and drag her into the booth.
Oh, hello.
Laura Meiser. Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah.
Splendid work. Absolutely brilliant to be 12 places up from your start position by the end of that race. You held off a queue of 5 cars at the end there for about 5 laps, and finished top of your particular class. What a fantastic result.
Yeah, I was sweating the last like 5 rounds or something, or I think the last like 10 rounds, because I pitted the first pit stop very early, and just refueled like 20 liters, and then the second it also 20 liters, and so the gap got small again, and then I was like panicking. Oh fuck, where is Silas gonna come out? Is he coming in front of me or not? And then looking at Dietmar and everything, and it was like perfect timing.
Yeah.
I was sweating the whole time.
Well, alongside the sweat, hopefully it was a thoroughly enjoying race. It was great watching you, in those battles, and car position was excellent. You made your intentions very clear. There was no ambiguity about what you were going to do. You were going to defend your line, you were going to stay on the racing line, and you were going to make people work for overtaking you. And they couldn't do it in the end.
Yeah, you can't overtake here. It's not possible.
Yeah. We saw some people do some wonderful overtakes. Evan Kiso did a fantastic one. It was a full-on up and under. It was a textbook overtake. Some of the other super fast guys were doing some great ones. There were some dubious ones along the way, but nothing like that around you tonight. Very solid class victory. Where do we go next? Any idea? I'm in the booth on my own today, so I'm having to click all the buttons.
Next thing is Imola, I think.
Oh, it is?
I think it's Imola.
Right. Yeah, you are right. Thanks for that. So, Imola next round. Do you get on well at Imola?
Yeah, I didn't test it. I'm not that hyped for Imola. Like, St. Petersburg was my hype track for the whole season. It was like, I love this track. And it's an endurance race, so I could do like some really funky setup stuff, because we are normally like on TCRs, you're running very high camber and very high toe in at the front. And our car was almost straight at the front. Like, I had 70% tires in my second pit stop still left. So yeah. I was managing my tires pretty well, and I think I got faster laps than Andrea Stefanina and Isaac Price at the end of the race because my tires were better, I think.
You're right.
It was
Okay.
kind of fun.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good. And hopefully you can do that again at Imola, because you gained points on Silas and on Mika Santahelena. You are now second in the AM Class Championship and only 46 points behind Silas. So
Perfect.
it's getting lit up, that particular class, and you're a massive part of it. So congratulations for being one of our most dynamic racers this season, I have to say. Really impressed with what you've brought to this league. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go and start practicing for Imola?
Shout out to Pascal and Christian and Nico for testing my setups the whole week, because we are like on iteration 7 now. And shout out to Konrad for giving some tips. Konrad is another teammate of us, but not racing in the league.
Oh,
And yeah,
okay.
that's it.
Right. No, well done to Conrad. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
More people like that. Yeah. In that case, I'll let you go back and chat to Pascal. Pascal, where did Pascal finish?
He had to how you call it, put the
He had
car
to,
into the pits because
got
the race
damage.
goes too long.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We'll save him the trouble of an interview then, and you can go back to sharing your screen with him.
Okay,
All
see
right.
you.
See you later, Laura Meister, everybody. Cool. Right then, everybody must have listened because there's nobody else in the booth, and I do know that I've not been through the finishing order, so let's do a bit of that, shall we? Okay, so Andrea Stefanino was your race winner for Dynamic E Motorsports. Isaac Price came over the line with almost a solar-powered effort with the tyres he started on, as far as I could tell, for Yes Motorsport. So well done, and showing his class there. Jaden Scotton finished third overall. A real good effort and had lots of pace throughout. Good strategy, but not quite the strategy to win tonight. For JC Academy Emerald, Jamie Wilson, great performance. Fourth place, solid for Team Chimera. Evan Kiso, fifth overall and first in class for SRG, Sim Racing Grid, in the Pro-Am class. So, I've said before, really good performance, really solid. Nico Mayer finished in sixth and second in class for Switch It. Carl Hardy was seventh on track and third overall in his class. Seventh overall and third in his class in Pro-Am for Result X Pure Sims. And they need those points. They're desperate for them at the minute. Euro Larkinen finished in 8th place for Hydro Race Racing Forces Gold, with Wobbly in 9th after that. Just silly amount of damage from such a small amount of contact. Over the line there for BSTV Esports. RDJ, Ronald de Jong, 10th for Hydro Race Racing Forces Orange. And we just spoke with Laura, the winner of AM Class this evening. 11th overall for Switch It. Josh Trasler was 12th for JC Academy Sapphire. Thomas Dandridge was 13th for Verve Racing. Darrell Wright, second in class and 14th on track for Safeguard by Result. Dietmar finished in 15th, cutting Coney fans. And obviously for cutting Coney. And how many places? He was up 7 places in the end, I think. So he's done really well, but yeah, I'm sure you all wanted him on the podium. Silas was third in class and 16th on track, so well done to Silas for VTS Esports there. Solid performance. Chris Needham was 17th for Air Smart Racing. Thomas Asboth was 18th for Spin and Toe Motorsport. 19th was Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports. Jeff Saunders was 20th for JC Academy Emerald. Chesney was 21st for JC Academy Ruby. Tony Walker was 22nd for BSTV. Chris Dixon was 23rd for Work Guard by Result. JC Academy Sapphires Mika Santa Helena ended up 24th. 25th was Pascal Vietjen for Switch It, and his teammate Christian Hendricks was 26th. 27th was Odie Payne for Safeguard by Result. Michael Hall was 28th for Result X Pure Sims. 29th was Andy Littler, and Jack Brown did not run. Sorry, Andy Littler for Work Guard by Result, but Jack Brown did not run for just an average sim racer. Okay, let's go back to seeing who's in the booth. I'm going to drag in one Jamie Wilson, who I've been singing the praises of, given the fact that he finished in 4th place. A real good, steady work through the field from, I think he started 9th.
somewhere down there, yeah.
Somewhere down there, yeah. A much more polished performance than finishes of late, I think. Is this something that plays to your favour? Racing around a technical track with concrete walls and a fuel strategy and a tyre strategy to go for?
I guess proof's in the pudding, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did quite a bit of practice for this just because I quite enjoy the track. And I did the same thing I did at Oschersleben a few years ago, and I did at Knockhill as well, where I've gone through and sort of made a slightly crooked setup.
Okay.
So each corner's slightly different to try and keep each tyre the most alive as possible and kind of balance out. So, and it seemed to work. Well, it worked well enough. It was. I was dying at the end. I'm sure everyone was, but
yeah,
it wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. And I think that's just because I put the hard yards in on the setup front.
Right. Okay. Well, it worked out for you very well. A couple. Well, I think the only one that I can recall doing no tyres was Isaac, who appears to have done
Really?
the entire. I think so. I didn't remember him pitting for more than 50 seconds in one go. I think he's done that on the same tyres the whole race. I think he was the only one, and he fuel saved like.
Well, I didn't take tyres either.
Did you not?
Sure, but no, I'm sure loads of people didn't take tyres.
There was a lot of people that popped up.
To be honest.
Like lots of people popped up for tyres.
Okay, interesting.
With 1 minute 30 1 minute 20 pit lane times. So yeah, there was a few that didn't gamble on having tyres. Jaden was one that took tyres, and he was mighty after he'd taken them as well, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it was. There was lots of different strategies going on. Some people doing a short stop at the beginning, or longer stop at the end. Some literally just throwing some fuel at the windscreen and getting rid of the driver. Carl Hardy was one of them that went in for like a 5-second stop.
Well, he wouldn't have heard it, but he took tyres by accident at one point.
We did see him pop up for tyres, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional.
Okay.
He was like, I've left the tyres ticked.
Right. Okay. Well, we've all done that at some point.
Yeah. Pro tip: there's a switch in app.ini, I think, which inverts the pit selection. So instead of choosing what you don't want, you choose what you do want.
Yeah, clever. Right. Okay. Hopefully everybody's still watching and they can go and find that ini file and do the reverse of what they normally do.
Auto reset pit box, I think it's called in there.
Right. Very good. Good advice from the maestro. How's the Sunday sessions going with everybody and the education around not having ABS as a driving assist?
Yeah, we seem to have a few kind of regulars. They're always keen to jump in, but there's very few of them, sadly, and I think we do need to spread the word a bit more about these sessions, especially now we're coming into the last bit of this season.
I'll do some like broad and sweeping posts to remind everybody that it's going on, and see if anybody from the V8 community can turn up and give a bit of advice in there as well. I mean, they're used to driving without anything. Surprised they've got a steering wheel and pedals, to be perfectly honest.
But I know there are some that are struggling with it that haven't necessarily reached out for help either. So there's a little adjustment period that most people have gone through, but once you've got a good understanding of the bias and valve and how they interact and that kind of thing, you know how to solve the problem you're feeling.
Yeah.
And it's literally it's 2 parameters: click, 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 one more click. That's it, and then you should be away from there.
Right. Well, that's probably very reassuring for anybody that's concerned about that. And those Sunday sessions are there for that exact purpose. To iron out any kind of concerns or fears without education around what is involved in it. It's not remarkably different, believe it or not. I have done my own little private run around without any ABS, and I didn't do too bad. But then I've driven V8s historically, and it's a similar driving behaviour, isn't it? Yes, the braking is done at the front of the car. The go wheels are at the front of the car. You can throw the bias back in a V8 and all sorts of weird stuff to make your car behave very differently, but the principles are similar, aren't they?
Sort of. The difference is that with TCR, you do a lot of the steering of the car and the sort of attitude on the way into the corner on the brake pedal.
Yeah,
so
whereas it's out on the V8s. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's there are similarities under like heavy braking, but it's the nuance of the lift off the brakes as much as it is how you put on the brakes. So, and when you don't have ABS kind of scooping up any slip in the system, it means you have to manage that a bit more yourself, which I think, and most others, I'd sort of risk saying, I think it's quite intuitive how that feels. Like you can feel the rear just starting to under rotate, and so you just lift off the brakes a bit. You end up carrying slightly more speed as a result. So you're not going to just sail off or anything. And if you do lock up, if you lock the rears, then you just need quick hands if you really do it. But it's quite progressive. If you lock the fronts, same thing in a sense. Like you can just feel them just go like little lock up, and then you can just lift off the brakes, and it will recover. It won't. It's not like GTP cars or something where once you lock, I think it's to do with the hybrid system. Once you lock, it's just locked forever, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all.
No,
if you find that's happening, you're really ballsing it up. So please do ask for help.
Yeah, totally right. No, what you're providing for everybody is invaluable education and a way for them to be better in these cars, in officials as well. The officials are going to run with ABS, but if you can run without it, it can only hone your reaction times and understanding your car behavior more than when you've got it on, because you can then just reduce it right down, can't you, and race with it on minimum, and you'll be faster around the lap anyway.
Yeah, again, it's a quirk of the ABS system that minimum and maximum, like that doesn't work necessarily how I think it works in the real world. Like minimum, it prevents lockups completely. Whereas an ABS on minimum probably would make them less likely, as opposed to just not at all likely.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think our like ABS 1. Take the Honda to one side because the numbers are backwards in that. Take the Audi, sorry. You know what I mean? A car where it goes 1 to X, if you're on 1, it's basically as if you're on probably 9 compared to like the real world or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah. And a lot of it is transferable. I mean, I was chatting to Euro about this in the session on Sunday because I asked him the question, like, because he's been doing a few of these, like, how is he finding the ABS on sessions, be it these ones or the officials, taking on board what you learn from the ABS off ones.
Yeah.
And his view is, and I hope it's shared amongst others, that it does help because you know what the car's doing underneath. So you know how much you're potentially abusing the tyres or, that kind of thing with the ABS activating.
Yeah.
At the rear as much as at the front. So.
No, it's a valuable education tool that's out there and on offer, and Jamie's doing this out of the goodness of his heart and wanting everybody to progress for the excitement of the racing. That's what it's all about, right?
That's the other sort of headline that's come out of these sessions. We've had little races, only necessarily 5, 6 for sometimes, but the those little races have actually been really good.
Right. Okay.
Little dark horse for next season, Silas Goebel.
Oh, okay, right, nice.
He's proved himself quite capable.
He's doing all right in the series at the minute. He's top of the AM class. Yeah, all right. He's not as top on it as he was before this race, but that's only because Laura absolutely pulled it out of the bag. He's having a really good season. I don't want to curse him, bless him. It's been solid.
Well, you know to blame now, Silas, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. The Bingham curse is strong. The curses are strong in this one. But no, brilliant stuff. Imola next time. Some people don't like it. Some people do. Jury's out on it. I think it's got some good elements to it, but I don't know that it's one of my favourites. Where do you stand on Imola?
No, I like it. It's got big curbs that are fun to hit. Especially in the Honda, of course. So more damper work needed there probably. But Yeah, no, I've always liked Imola. I don't like when I started it in a V8, as you may remember many years ago. It's one of the ones where I got the comedy awful start.
Yeah.
Although in my defence, so did Simon.
Yeah, they were
And then,
full Chimera starts, those. Yeah.
And then the other thing I associate with that is Vincent having an airplane crash at turn 1 for like 3 seasons
Yeah.
in a row, something like that. So,
Bless him, he can't get around that.
or
turn
Marco
one.
Nemela, the other one as well, same thing.
Yeah. No, there's good memories from there, I have to say. But yes, we'll look forward to seeing you on the track this time next week. I might drop in and broadcast one of those races on the Sunday. I'm not sure.
Well,
my
if
time
not,
is very, very stretched at the minute. But yeah.
Well, if you do have the availability, it's probably not worth broadcasting one because unless we get like a lot of people in it.
Okay.
But if you're about, join it yourself.
Well, yeah, could do.
You said you gave it a go, but let's see how much we can.
Oh,
teach you.
I'll be terrible. Absolutely, 100% terrible. But it'll be good fun, I suppose. But no, thanks for giving us such entertainment tonight. 4th place overall. That's got to be one of your best positionings this season, right?
Yeah, really happy with that. Yeah. Especially because with the points as they are and the endurance as well.
I think you're 5th. I think you're 5th.
Yeah, wow. I mean, my strategy was basically split the fuel.
Oh, right, okay.
So I just did half of it in one and half of it in the other. Not much science to it, but I was jumping Evan Kiso doing that. That was a sort of target at that point. So
right, okay. Well, yeah, 5th overall. You are all right. It's a big jump to Isaac, like 500 points.
Well,
but,
yes,
but yes.
I'm happy to not be last, basically.
yeah. If you want to be best of all the rest, then I think you are that right now, and you've got nearly 100 points over Euro. It's starting to form up nicely for you. I don't know about the likes of Isaac and Stephen, Andrea, and Jaden. They're the ones in front of you, and that's quite a package, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's a whole other. Yeah, that's like Pro Plus. That's something else.
Pro Plus. I'll have 2, please. Keep me awake. Student food. Excellent.
Yeah. No, my target has always been sort of be around the pro-ams that have been promoted. So your Tonys and your Euros and that kind of thing. So I just got to hope there aren't any more bogey tracks. I can't remember what's after Imola, but if there's another like Lost Sports style thing where the car can go in the bin, then yeah, I might be in trouble. But hopefully I can get on with the other ones as I got on around here. I've learned some stuff doing this telemetry stuff this week, so
okay,
see if that applies elsewhere.
Yeah, well, you've got Donington Grand Prix for a super sprint after Imola.
Ooh, Grand Prix? You sure about that?
Yeah, I had it corrected by Andrea Stefanina.
So it's Andrea that's wrong.
No. Well, yeah.
In the sense that it's the wrong version. But yeah, all right, fair enough. Champion's choice, sadly.
Yep. And then Brands Hatch for a sprint feature. And then Okayama for a super sprint. And then we go
paint job for that.
yeah, we need the Japanese
special
one.
Yeah, it's the Okayama option for Okayama.
Oh, okay. Nice. And then we go back to Road America in week 13 for rounds 12 and 13. So, because I raced him through a sickie that day, if you remember.
Yes.
And we weren't able to race that one. But no, it's been fantastic watching all the racing tonight, but particularly from you, because you've been right in there and got yourself a 4th place overall out of it, which is fantastic given the people that we're talking about. So congratulations. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you for doing all of this. I presume Jay's internet didn't come back. So
no.
Good on you for doing a solo endurance.
Yeah.
Probably more sweaty than I am.
Might be, yeah.
And yeah, no, shout out to everyone this week in all the sessions. My one, Carl's one, the officials, all been good fun this week. Quite enjoyed it. That's
very good.
Really.
Yeah, cool. In that case, look forward to seeing you on Imola this time next week. Jamie Wilson.
Cheers, Pete.
Right, next into the booth, we'll bring the man who gets a pie with every tyre he changes, Carl Hardy. Good evening. It's been too long since you've been in this booth. A class victory, a 4th place, No, it wasn't a fourth place. What was it? Fifth?
No,
Fifth?
I messed
Fifth?
up on seventh. I think it was.
Seventh? Are you sure you're selling,
Yeah.
selling yourself short?
I have no idea. I
Hang
didn't
on.
look.
I'm gonna go and have a
Seventh,
look.
I think.
Oh, I've got the wrong page of it. Just give me a sec. Oh no, that's still the wrong page. There we go. That'll be the right page. There we go.
Sure it was seventh.
Oh no, seventh. Yeah, it was third in class.
Yeah.
Sorry, third in class. I did it
Yeah.
the other way up. But you were up there with all of the fastest guys. Really good qualifying. Where did your qualifying lap come from? That was pretty cool.
I had people in front of me. It was great.
Oh, you got a lovely toe.
Yeah.
You lovely
Oh
toe.
yeah, mate. Yeah, honestly, it was really handy.
Okay,
But
very good.
yeah, because I normally mess it up. I'm not the best, and I'm not the brainiest, so I normally end up crashing or doing something stupid.
Not
yeah,
today. Not today.
not
Other
today. Not
than your
today.
tyres.
I feel really clever today.
Um,
Yeah. Oh my good God, though. That I was like, I'm fourth. I've just messed up completely. But wow, when I come out with them fresh tyres and I just blitz wobbly, I was like, yeah, this could be fun. This
Yeah.
could be brilliant fun. And my good God, that was fantastic.
Yeah, we saw that one. I thought that might put a smile on your face.
Did you see what I done to Euro?
No. What did you do at Euro?
Oh, I proper dived in, man.
Did you?
It was, yeah, I nearly put myself in the wall. Oh my good God.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it was good fun. Yeah,
Right,
good fun.
Good. We go to. Oh, are you at Donington on the 20 whatever it is?
I am. Are you coming? Are you?
Yeah, should be. Yep.
Sweet. Are you staying over on the Saturday?
I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, if you do, let us know because we're all in a hotel together, so
All
not
right,
in the
okay.
same rooms, so you're not going to have that advantage. But yeah, let us know and I'll send you the details of the hotel.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll see how I'm positioned and see what Mother's got to do. I don't even know if I've got a V8 race on the Saturday to broadcast yet. I'll have to have a look at what the timings are.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
was
How
trying
far are you from Donny then?
3.5.
It's not too sad, is it? That's
And it's
what we
not
are.
bad. No, it's not awful. If I was driving to Norwich or somewhere like that for Snetterton, it's like a 6.5 hour drive. Cause it's
Yeah,
just
that's a
awful.
nasty drive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's out into the back of beyond and a little bit
Yeah.
further. So,
Yeah.
but no, it's been great watching you racing this evening. It's been great fun. Good that you got an overtake done on Wobbly. That'll last you
Absolutely.
for at least 6 months, maybe more.
No. He's got that for life.
He's got. Do you remember the day at St. Petersburg?
I've got it all noted, mate.
Excellent. We'll get somebody to
Time,
do a
the
snippet
time
of
and
it.
everything.
Brilliant
Seconds
stuff.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to forget it.
How'd you go at Imola?
I don't know. Probably crash.
Oh,
Probably
excellent. Yeah.
end up with more. Like I had a 0x tonight. Can you believe it?
0?
My good God. Yeah, 0x.
Are you lying? I'm gonna go and check.
No, honest, 0x.
I'm checking now.
It'll be different next week. It'll be back to normal next week.
No penalties.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It'll be different next week.
Yep, but normal service to be resumed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll do a drive-through.
Yeah, just do a random one anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a shout out as I do it. All right.
Yeah, classic. Splendid stuff. In that case, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go? Mr. Newman, who can't be bothered.
No, we can't be bothered with him anymore. He's not getting no more sympathy. Sod him. Michael, on the other hand, he's having a tough time at the moment, so big shout out to him for even trying to get on board tonight, but he just couldn't do it. Yeah, just the team like turning up, all the drivers, and thank you, Wobbly, you dick.
Brilliant. Extra point for Carl Hardy.
Yeah, thank you.
We will see you this time next week. Carl Hardy, everybody.
Yeah, spot on. Take care. Thank you.
Cool. Right. What was I going to say? Oh, Laura's just messaged and said, I thought only Isaac didn't change tyres. Laura didn't either. So there must have been more of them that I was getting wrong in that timing tower. So we'll let everybody vouch for themselves then. But well done to Laura. That's another reason that she's done a fantastic job tonight. Right, who do we grab next? We'll grab. Meow.
Meow.
Welcome to the booth, Chesney. So, talk to me about some of the overtakes tonight. One of them looked like a full-on dive. What's your interpretation of them?
I just went for it, I guess. I don't even remember all my overtakes. I only remember the one against RDJ
Okay.
because he was slow, but
Yeah.
and also it's RDJ. So, but I feel like I'm pretty good at this track. I love this track. I feel it's one of the best. So I'm happy I finished where I finished.
Yeah, okay. Well, it is a splendid track, and you've done a really good job getting through the field. A few incidents along the way, but I'm sure what was going on when you slowed down for Christian, and then you both came together? Was it you giving a position back, and then you both came together at the next corner? Is that what happened?
No, so I overshot the turn actually.
Oh, okay.
And Christian was a lap behind, so I thought he was going to let me go.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not going to go further with this because stuff is happening at the moment between some
okay.
people.
Right, okay.
But yeah, the accident happened, and yeah.
Okay. No, if there's stuff going on that needs to be resolved, then I'll leave you guys to sort that out. Whoever it is. Okay. Well, other than that, you got some good speed in that Honda at the minute. Is that something that can be carried forward from St. Petersburg? I know you like this track particularly. It is ridiculously good. It's so exciting. It's an exhausting track to race as well, isn't it? Because you don't get much peace. It's just you can't be generous with where your car is, because where your car wants to be is in a wall somewhere. So, but is it something you can carry forward to other races? The speed that you've got in the car at the minute.
I hope so. Last week I did another race in another league, in ARL league, and that was at Truxton, and that went fairly well too. So I hope I can just keep it like that. Next week it's Imola.
Imola, yeah, but
Never,
completely different track.
yeah, never driven it.
Wow. Okay.
But if there are great curbs to curb stomp on, I'm gonna love it.
The curbs are massive, so the Honda, I think, is the only car that can really handle them because of the bump rebound that you've got in that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be sailing across it as if you are a cloud, bouncing across, and everybody else will be hitting it like it's a wall. I expect the Audi to possibly even take damage from some of them. There's little black bumps, like sleeping policemen sort of things, on the curbs, and they're what get you. But the Honda will sail across them like a gazelle.
Okay, because that's the thing also, like with St. Petersburg, the Honda was in at an advantage. It was a real big advantage, so because you could take the curbs. I tried it with the Audi, and the Audi goes so unstable if you cut some corners. So yeah,
Right.
I was definitely at the advantage over here.
No, very good. And where did you finish in the end overall? Let me go and find it.
21st.
21st. Do you think that there was more in the tank? Because you had a really good qualifying, didn't you?
I should have won this race.
Okay.
To be honest, if I didn't have the accident, I would have won it.
Right.
I was 13th when I had the accident.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Laura, because she didn't change tires, could have been the contender. Like, I'm gonna say it like this, but I should have won this race. But stuff happens.
Yeah, we'll take all the good bits and package them up, open them again when you get to Imola, and make best use of them. because there are a lot of positives to take out of this. You had a lot of pace, some good overtakes as well in there. Just with luck on your side, and you know, and I don't know, just knowing where other cars are going to be and what they're going to do will be a massive advantage. And hopefully you can top the AM class by the time you get to Imola. So, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice?
The whole cult, you guys, my family, everyone who's watching,
Cool.
all the drivers. It was massive fun.
Awesome stuff. And I'm glad you enjoyed the romp around St. Petersburg. It's been very entertaining from a viewer's perspective, and we hope for more of that from you when we get to Imola. So thanks for this evening, Chesney Vanderbroek, everybody.
Meow.
Right, last in the booth is Chris Dixon. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's been a while.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of dancing going on. I'm assured of.
Yes, yeah. I did have a little watch last week once they'd finished.
Yeah.
Jumped on the chat, but yeah, she did well.
Right,
Well, they all
excellent.
did.
Very good,
So,
very good.
well, the full school won overall school over the full country. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it was good. Same
Right.
again. I think they've won it 9 years in a row, something like that.
What?
So,
9 years?
something, or it might be 9 years over like 15 or something. It's
Okay,
definitely
yeah.
a lot. But yeah, they've won quite a lot.
Wow.
Good.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
And talk to me about your race this evening. Your qualifying was good, wasn't it?
Considering I got in with 2 minutes left on
Yeah.
the clock and didn't even get any practice,
No.
I went straight in with I think it was a 118, which wasn't
Mm.
too bad. So I was quite happy with that. And yeah, it was going all right. And then I had a little bit of a coming together with Mika.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lap down. It wasn't really either of our faults, I don't think. But I didn't know actually where he'd gone, because I thought he'd gone wide, and I bailed because he went to turn in on me, turn two, and I sort of bailed and cut the corner, and had a lot of speed, and had to just straight line it, and then next thing I knew, I was going backwards. So
yeah. We saw you backed into the wall, and
yeah.
then went and had a look at it, but it did look like just two people going for the same corner, if you know what I mean. It didn't look like there was anything going on other than that.
Yeah. Well, I had Jeff was about 3 or 4 seconds back, and Mika was in the middle of us, and he was quicker. And I was debating on whether to let him go on the straight, but he went up he got the exit wrong, and then dropped back in behind me, and because he was just tight. But I thought, he's in the Audi, he's going to get me. And then next thing, he went up the inside, and it obviously broke heavier, and I took the wide line, and I'd carried the speed, and I didn't want to lose all the speed and then Jeff to catch us.
Yeah.
So I thought, then that was when he appeared, and I sort of bailed, and then he disappeared, and then next thing I know, I was backwards. And but yeah, it was just one of them racing incidents. But to be honest, the next straight, I just didn't want to lose all the pace down that like through that section. The next straight, I probably would have let him go because he is quicker than me. But yeah, it was just unfortunate, really. That was the beginning of it, and then Ollie, I let Ollie go, and he clipped the barrier and clipped me back wheel. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, and the same for
And,
Wobbly.
yeah, well,
Wobbly got meatballed by that. It was
yeah, well,
nothing.
Wobbly shout. Well, yeah, it was barely anything. I got meatballed as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wobbly shouted. You give a shout out if you crash, but I don't think he was on the X button trying to get clear, and he was still rolling backwards. So it literally happened in front of them 2 seconds. So
Oh yeah, there was no reaction time for anybody.
Yeah, he couldn't have even shouted on the open mic. So, but yeah, it was just one of them. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, hopefully better things for Imola, which is next week. Hopefully you're able to join us for that one. I know it's holiday season, and I'm assuming the dancing is done for this calendar year?
No,
No, you got
no.
more?
They're over at the back to Blackpool again in
Oh,
not
okay.
this weekend, the weekend after. But my two aren't. It's my partner's two. They're doing the worlds in something. I don't know. It's another big, massive dance competition.
Okay.
The
Is that the Winter Gardens or the Tower?
yeah, Winter Gardens.
Winter Gardens, yeah.
So it is a big one.
Mm.
So they should do well.
No.
The Bell should anyway. But yeah, I will be hopefully around on Wednesday. I'm planning
Okay,
on it.
cool.
I've got the 24-hour again this weekend at Teesside, so that should be fun. So if you're around, have a pop over.
I am around actually.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I
there
might
from
message you later or something.
yeah.
Mm.
We're there from tomorrow 5 o'clock-ish. Go
Okay.
and get all the tent and everything set up. And then 9 o'clock Friday morning. There till probably about 3 or 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Okay. Good grief. Right. Okay. That is a long stint. Okay. Cool. In that case, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Imola, or rather, really start your practice for South Tees Motorsport Park?
Yeah, it'll be that first and then Imola
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the general yourselves and everyone associated with putting on the show, all the drivers for turning up. The team, because like you say, literally got in with 2 minutes. The centre's a setup which I would have been knackered without.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so thanks to them for sharing the setup and everyone for coming and watching us idiots fly around and bounce off walls, basically.
Well, yeah, that's what St. Petersburg is all about. Well,
Yeah,
very entertaining tonight. Some good overtakes in there, lots of drama, and more of that to come at Imola, I'm sure. Chris Dixon,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Good night, everyone.
Right then. Right, who's chatting at me? Daryl didn't change tyres either. I'm sure lots of them didn't change tyres, and I'm assuming they did. Don't know who that is, but they're talking at me at the minute. Right, so onward to Imola next week. We'll bring this broadcast to a close now, and thanks to everybody that was in the chat. Thanks to everybody that was racing this evening. It's great to see such good numbers. Thanks to Jay's internet for leaving me alone in the booth. Only kidding, Jay. And thanks to me, because I was here in the booth. Do I get 2 votes or just the 1? Because my vote is definitely going to Laura Meiser for this evening's performances. Or performance, I should say. I'm just assuming there's multiple races when there's not. So I'm going to drop that point in there so that she's got her point. Because I saw some great stuff from her, some calm, calculated stuff. But it could have been easily Isaac or Evan or Jamie. There was some polished performances in there. So there's Laura's point. Might see if I can extend that to Jay when he rocks up and he's got some internet next time. Let's look forward to the next race. But from here, Andrea Stefanina schooled everyone at St. Petersburg, and he's retaining his title slowly but surely in a way that only Andrea can. So congratulations to him. Thanks everybody. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you this time next week.